What is up, guys? Cobra29 is back with a brand new video. In today's video, we are doing part 14 to our beginner scripting series. This is the final episode. I am very, very excited for this. We're taking everything we've learned, and we're going to be making a Roblox game with that. So I had a couple requests, like maybe 3 or so, specifically for a simulator game, okay? And I started to think what kind of simulator game we could do, and I figured it out. We are going to do a lightsaber simulator, okay? So we're doing like a Star Wars lightsaber simulator. So I think that that's going to be really fun. You guys are not going to want to miss this. Let's dive right into it. All right, so I have this lightsaber ready for you guys. This is actually a model that I'm putting together. It is not by me, it's by this person right here. Thank you so much to you for making this model. I just took out the scripts and all that to make it nice for how we're going to do it, because we need our very own special thing, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take this lightsaber. So the way you're going to get this model is by going to the link in the description and clicking get, okay? So the get is completely free, and then at that point you're going to open up the toolbox and you're going to click this button right here, and from there you can drag in the lightsaber to your game. That's how you grab models in this one that I have grabbed or made in a sense. And we're going to go ahead and hit Control or Command D so we can duplicate it, okay? And we'll just duplicate it a few times, move them over here, because we're going to have different ones that they can purchase in a shop. Alright, so let's start with this first one. This first one, we can just grab the lightsaber, and we can have blade and blade, blade be the color, and this is the color that we're going to choose for that outside, and then blade 2, make sure blade 2 is also like that. Alright, so obviously you can play with it more, but this is our blue lightsaber. We're going to go ahead and do the same for this one right here. So we're going to rename these all. This can be red lightsaber. This one right here is the blue lightsaber. Blue lightsaber. This one right here is going to be our green lightsaber. So we're going to take the blade and blade 2 and change both of their brick colors to a green. Okay, and now we have our green lightsaber. Green lightsaber. Obviously there's this little thing going through it that's not doesn't look the best, but make sure to play around with it. Yeah. And then what are we gonna make this one? Here's my Star Wars test for you guys. What's another important color? Gosh, I guess we'll go with purple. I don't know, Mace Windu, I guess. So we'll just name this purple lightsaber. Take the blade and blade 2, change the brick color, and we will, oh, that is not a purple, that's more of a pink, that's still a pink. Let's do, actually we'll just, no, we're not going to do pink. That's kind of a purple. I'm looking for a real purple though. There we go. Here's our purple lightsaber. Okay. So we have all of our lightsabers, and you will notice there is like a red light that's happening, right? So we're going to go ahead and have the inside of our, oh, my bad. So we have it for the red one, obviously, but for this one, this is our purple one, right? So we're going to get rid of the red, right? Red light gone. And we're going to turn on this magenta one by hitting enabled, okay? So now we have this purple lightsaber. That's really cool. So for this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get rid of, actually, we can just hit red and do enabled off. And we're going to have green. Where's green? Green. And we're going to enable that one. So here's our green lightsaber, all right? Thank you so much to the person who made this model. It is so easy to configure. Like, seriously, guys. Like, really, we owe that person a lot of thanks. All right. And then for this one, we're also going to make sure that red is disabled, and we're going to turn on blue. Enabled. All right, so here are our 4 lightsabers. That took long enough. So here are our 4 lightsabers. We can unsearch light now. Perfect. And so we have our lightsabers, and now we are going to start scripting them. So I'm just going to take one of these, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and start with the red lightsaber, because we can just copy and paste the script. But the first thing we need to do is we need to insert an int value. So an int value is a number, right? Remember, it's an integer. And we're going to call this damage, not health, damage taken, and
duplicate that same int value and rename it
force gained. So they're gonna gain force. They're gonna gain more force. Well, not force, because this isn't really the force. Skills gained. Okay, so they're just gonna gain more skill as they continue to play. They're gonna get more skill. Okay. And so we're gonna set each of these to a different value. We're gonna set the 1 second. Go ahead and take the skills gained. Actually, what did I do? Take the meshes. Take the meshes. Well, that doesn't work. Let's go ahead and take the damage gained and the skill gained, and we'll take them out. Okay. So now they're just in the workspace, both of them are. And we're going to change these individually, so we can just say damage taken, and then the red one's going to be the most powerful one. So we're going to have 75 damage taken every time they hit him, which is 2 hits and they're done. And the skills gained is going to be 20 for that one, okay? And we can just put these back in the red lightsaber. And we're going to do the same for all of them. So after that, we can just copy that, paste it in here into the blue lightsaber. The damage taken for that one will be 50 because the blue lightsaber is not as powerful, but it's the second most powerful. We're also going to make sure this damage taken is actually 100. So for the red. And then the skills gained is going to be, for the blue one, we're going to copy skills gained. We're going to make sure we have that copied. So copy. And we're going to paste it into the blue lightsaber and type in skills gained is, for this one, we'll do 15 skills gained, okay? Perfect. So now we can copy this again, and we're going to paste it into the green lightsaber. For this one, the skills gained is going to be 10 because it's right under the blue. I know this isn't really the order of Star Wars, but that's what we're doing. And the damage taken, we can copy that. For this one, the damage taken is going to be 25, so it'll take 4 hits total to eliminate a player with that one. We're almost there. We can just paste into the purple lightsaber. So we have our damage taken is going to be 5 for this one. So this is the weakest one. Sorry, Mace Windu. And we are going to take the skills gained, and this is also going to be set to 5. Okay, so we're going to paste into the purple lightsaber, and this is also going to be 5. So we have all that we need here.
So I'm recording over this because I realized I didn't explain it well. If you're confused on how I copied and pasted into things, I just right-clicked what I want to copy and clicked copy, and then right-clicked what I wanted to paste into and clicked the button paste into. It's pretty straightforward, but I didn't specifically say how to, so I wanted to clarify that.
Now we just need to make a local script. So we're going to insert a local script into this red lightsaber. So local scripts run on the client, remember? So we only want this to happen for the client, and then we're going to figure out some things later. So we're going to say local tool equals script.parent. Okay, so we're saying the lightsaber is called tool now, okay? And we can say tool, and here's a new what am I trying to say? A new event called .equipped. Okay, so this is .equipped : connect function. So this will happen whenever the player equips this. And in this, we're just going to say mouse. That's a built-in parameter, and that is the player's mouse. So we can say mouse.target. Actually, we're going to put that to a variable. So we're going to say local target equals mouse.target. So what this is saying is whatever they clicked on is going to be called target. So we can check to see if target.parent : find first child, remember that, humanoid, then. So if we found a humanoid, that means they're probably a player. So we can say else, print not a player, and if they are, then we can print player, okay? Or it is a player. Perfect. And we also want to make sure that that it is not just that it's not the actual player themselves, right? It's not the local player. So we can say right here and, so when we write and, this is just saying both of these, this and this that we're about to write has to be true for this to happen, okay? So we're going to say and target.parent.name is not equal to game.players.localplayer.name. Then, what? I forgot about that. That's in a different language. So in Lua, it's this little sign right here. So this, like, what is it? It's like some sort of a squiggly line, I guess. So you can see right here, this like squiggly line, and then an equal. So this will happen if they have clicked on a player and it's not themselves, okay? This will happen. So let's go ahead and test that. Let's do that by putting the red lightsaber. So we can test that by putting this red lightsaber into a starter pack. So this is where this is what the players will start off with, okay? So let's go ahead and grab an NPC because we want to test and see if our lightsaber is working so far. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this NPC. I'm also going to make sure that all of this is gone. All that should be gone. Okay, the mesh is fine. That is all we need, and I'm also going to get rid of these. There we go. Okay, so that's all we need. So here's our little NPC guy. We also need to make sure he has a humanoid. Okay, and that should work. So oh, my bad. We have to have another function. So we're going to go ahead and take all of this that we just coded, right? Hit tab. And then we're going to say mouse.mouse1down, connect function. Okay. And then down here we'll do end backslash, not backslash. You know what I'm saying, parenthesis. And what this is saying is whenever the player clicks the mouse, then we're going to do this, okay? Messed that up, my bad. Button 1 down, not mouse 1 down, it's button 1 down. So this is happening whenever the player clicks the mouse. We are going to check to see if what they clicked is a player or not. We have an error right here, okay? So we're first going to say if target.parent and target.parent, okay? So this is just because some things that we click on do not have a parent, right? So like the air doesn't really have a parent. There's nothing for it to look for. I think we also need to say if target and, so we're just gonna make sure, so we're just making sure all this right here, making sure that we've actually clicked a player and not just thin air, okay? I know this is confusing. This is probably not the most beginner thing, but we wanted to make a game and we wanted to make it good, and I wanted to show you how you can do that. And this is probably the best way. All right, so we have our lightsaber. We can click around, and we're getting not a player because we haven't clicked on a player, but if we click on this player, is a player. So it's sensing when it's a player, right? And it's not us, right? Because I'm clicking on me, but it's not doing anything because I'm clicking me. So that is perfect. It is working brilliantly. Okay, so one more thing I would like to do is make sure that we know so one more thing I want to make sure we do is make sure they're not too far away. But we are going to do that through the remote event. So let's go ahead and insert a remote event. And we're going to call this remote event deal damage, okay? Deal damage, okay? And now inside of red lightsaber in our local script, if it is a player, then we can say game.replicated storage dot deal damage colon fire server. Okay, and then we're also going to do two more things. We're going to say script dot parent dot damage taken dot value, comma. So we're passing through with our remote event. We're passing through the damage taken and the target. So we're going to pass through how much damage we should deal, which is this value that we placed in the lightsaber, and what target it is, okay? All right. So in our server script service, let's insert a script, and we can say game.replicatedStorage.dealDamage dot on server event colon connect function. So this is going to happen whenever the player clicks another player. We can make sure to say here player, comma, damage amount, comma, target. So this is the player that clicked, this is how much damage they should do, and this is the target that they clicked on, okay? And we can say target.humanoid.health equals target.humanoid.health minus damage amount. And that's it. So we're just dealing however much damage they need to do to the player. I'm going to go ahead and NPC right here. We also need to say target dot parent dot humanoid dot health, because they clicked on they clicked on maybe their torso, so we need to find the humanoid, which is inside of the character. I know this can be confusing. Just make sure to write that down or type that out, and that will work for the dealing damage. And that's all we need to do to deal damage to the character, right? That is literally all we need to do. Now all we have to do is do the skill. So hopefully if we walk up to the NPC, click him, he's dead. See, so he was given damage based on how much damage we were supposed to do with it. All right, and we can click him. We aren't going to get into magnitude right now, because magnitude would make sure that I can't click this NPC if I am way over here. But if you're interested in magnitude and you would like to learn about that, you can do that, and that just makes sure that, I have a green lightsaber now, that I can only click him when I'm close up. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the, so we're going to call this remote handling right here, the script handling, okay. And we can also go ahead and say local hit equals script, sorry, this is in the local script, dot parent dot hit 1. And then, because this is just a sound effect, right? This is a sound effect that's included. So that's a hit. And we can just say, in here we can just say hit 1, sorry. And then let's also pass through, no, let's say hit colon play. Okay, that's literally all we need to do. Now let's go ahead and play it, and whenever we click a player with a lightsaber, it should play the sound. So yeah, FYI, this is going to be a much longer episode than usual, but it's kind of necessary because we're making a full-on game. This usually is something that's done over a very long time, but we're making this in one video. Okay, so now if we click a player, we hear the lightsaber sound. And if we don't, then we don't hear anything, okay? So we're going to work on the skill next, okay? And then let me just listen to the rest of these and find one that... Okay, so if it's not a player, then we're going to want to give them some skill, all right? So we're going to say up here in the local script, we can say local slash equals script dot parent dot slash. So this is another sound effect, okay? And we can say slash colon play, all right? So this is going to play this sound effect that sounds like this. Hope you could hear that. And we can go ahead and create a new remote event in replicated storage right here. In this remote event, we can just call it give skill. Okay, and right here we can just insert another script into server script service and call this leader stats. Okay. So here we're going to make some more leader stats like we learned in part, I think it was 10. So we can say game.players.playerAdded colon connect function Perfect. And then we can say player. So I hope you guys remember this all. So I'm not going to take the time to explain this. So we can say local leader stats equals instance.new folder, creating a new folder, leader stats.name, we're naming it leader stats dot parent equals player, putting it inside of the player, leader stats, oh wait, that's it. And then we can say local skill equals instance dot new int value, skill dot name equals skill dot parent equals player. And then we can just set the default skill dot value equals 0. And then we're also going to need to make sure that this says leader stats, not player. Okay? So this is going to create a leader stats right here that has a something called skill. Okay? And now in our local script, we can say, where it says /:play, let's drop a line there, and we can say game.replicatedStorage.giveSkill::fire server. And that's, and then we just need to say script.parent.skillsgained.value. Okay? Alright, so in the remote handling script, we're going to say game.replicatedStorage.dealDamage. Sorry, not deal damage. This one is the give skill. On server event connect function, and then we can say player, skill amount, and then we're gonna drop a line. We're gonna say player dot skill dot value equals player dot skill dot value plus skill amount. So we're adding more to their skill. I also forgot we need to say .leader stats because there's a folder called leader stats. So we're finding the player, finding their leader stats, and then we're finding their skill value, and we're adding the skill amount. So let's go ahead and play this. And hopefully now whenever we click anywhere else that is not a character, or a player, sorry, hopefully then we will be given a some skill, okay? Alright, so we can hit red lightsaber, and we hear that sound, and we're given skill. Alright, perfect. So we are given skill, we can still kill players, and that works wonderfully. Okay, so this is all working, but now we want to go ahead and grab this script that we've just been working on, this local script, copy it, and paste it so we can drag over by holding shift and selecting all of these, and we can say paste into selected. So that's going to put this local script we just made into each one of these lightsabers, and that will work already. So we can put all these lightsabers into server storage. Okay, perfect. And we want to give them each lightsaber when they buy it. Okay, so we're going to give them a lightsaber. We're gonna always let them have the purple lightsaber because when you die, you lose your lightsaber. But you're always gonna have a purple lightsaber, so that's how you can start buying the other lightsabers again. So we can do screen GUI. Let's go ahead and insert screen GUI into start a GUI. Insert a frame, and in here we can just drag this fully across the screen. Actually, make the size 1,0,1,0 in the size property, so it's going to make it fit the entire screen. And then I'm going to go ahead and name this shop frame. And then here we can just do a text button. And then we can drag this here. So we're going to need 3 of these. So we're going to put this one here. Not very fancy. Make sure to make it more fancy if you're going to like publish this game. If it's just for learning, it's not that big of a deal if it's that fancy or anything. So we can call this blue light saber. And then we can say buy blue lightsaber. Oh, this is the text, sorry. Buy blue lightsaber for, let's do 100 skill for this one. Make sure it says text scaled. And then I'm just going to copy this text and put it in, paste it into this one right here. And then we're just going to change a couple of these. This one's going to be 300 for the, sorry, it's the blue now, and text scaled. The first one should be green, the green lightsaber, because the green lightsaber is worse than the blue. So we can hit green, well, in this game it is. So we can call this button green lightsaber. This one is going to be blue lightsaber. And this one will be red lightsaber. So we have all of these right here, and we can paste that into the text and just change this really quick. This last one's going to be 1,000 skill, and we're going to change this text to say blue lightsaber. Sorry, what am I doing? I'm tired, guys. Red lightsaber. And then we can hit text scale. So we have all of these right here, and what we can do is let's go ahead and make the shop frame invisible. Okay, and then we're going to actually first make it visible again, and let's go ahead and make one more text button. Okay, and we're just going to move that, kind of scale it down, and we'll move it to the, what is this? Okay, we'll move it to the top right corner, change its text to just X, text scaled, and then we can change the background color to red. So this will close out the shop. So let's enter the local script into that really quick. And all we have to say is script.parent.mouse button one click connect function. And we can just say script.parent.parent. So the shop frame.visible equals false. Okay, perfect. Now let's go ahead and make the shop frame invisible. And we're going to insert a text button into the screen GUI. Go ahead and scale it down a little bit. Bring it down over here. There we go. And we can say text, and then we can just say open shop. Make sure it's text scaled, and we can just literally take this. Actually, we're just going to create a new local script inside of there, inside of that open shop button, and we can say script .parent.mouse button one click connect function, and then we just say script .parent.shop frame.visible equals true. Alright, so we have that working. Let's go ahead and make the shop frame visible again so we can see it. I'm also going to actually have this come down so it's out of our way. Perfect. And for the shop frame, we're going to insert a local script into each of these and have one more remote event that gives them their lightsaber, okay? And if they don't have enough skill, then it won't. So let's insert a remote event. This is literally like the last thing we need to do. We're so close. And we're going to say by saber. Okay, and let's enter the local script into the green lightsaber, and we can just say script.parent.mouse button one click connect function, and we can say game.replicated storage dot by saber fire server, and then we can just say what's this one, 100 comma and then a string green. So this is going to be the amount of coins, and this is going to be the one we need to buy. So we can make sure it's the exact same text as what this lightsaber is called. So we need to call this green lightsaber. Okay, so it's 100 coins, and we're going to find the green lightsaber. So now we can just copy this. Actually, I'm going to close all these scripts out because we have a lot of scripts right now, except for the remote handling. And I'm going to go ahead and copy, hit Control-C or Command-C, paste into the blue lightsaber. Now we're going to name this blue lightsaber. Okay. And this one is worth 300, I think it was. You can always check the text. Yep, it's 300. And we can paste this into the red lightsaber. And we're going to make this 1,000, and we're going to call it red lightsaber. All right. So that is all we need to do. We just need to now pick it up on the server and make sure they have enough coins and give them their lightsaber. So we can say game.replicatedStorage.bySaber.onServerEvent::connect function. Whoop, my bad. Function. And then we're going to also make sure we have the player, the amount, let's not call it amount, let's call it cost, and then the saber. So this is the saber that they want to buy, okay? So we can first check to see if they have enough coins. So we can say if player.leaderstats.skill.value is greater than or equal to cost, then, so if they have enough money, skill, then we can say player.leaderstats.skill.value equals player.leaderstats.skill.value minus cost, and we're going to give them their lightsaber, okay? And we can say game, and then we'll first check to see if there is a there is a lightsaber in there, so we're going to make sure that there should be one, and otherwise you have named it wrong. So make sure it's for each of these in the local script, make sure it's called exactly what these are, right? Where we wrote red or blue lightsaber, red lightsaber, etc. Make sure it's exactly what it's called right here, okay? On the tools. And we can say if game.server.storage::find first child saber. Saber. Then, I messed up the text. Okay, there we go. So if we found the lightsaber they want, then we can just say game.server.storage.saber::find first child saber. So we're going to look for the one that they want, :clone. So we're going to make a clone. We're also going to say local saber, actually we're going to call this lightsaber. Lightsaber equals that. And then we can say lightsaber.parent equals player.backpack. And that is it. Except I am going to take this one line right here, hit copy, delete, some right here, and go ahead and paste that inside of this if statement, just because we don't want to get rid of their skill in case you've made an error. We want to only get rid of their skill if we're actually going to give them something. So let's make this invisible, and we should have ourselves a working simulator. So like I said, I know this was a much longer episode than usual, but it was kind of necessary because we're making a full-on game. Let's go ahead and test this out. This should work just fine. Okay, so we have our purple lightsaber. Let's go ahead and swing it around. We're gaining skill. Alright, so we have 100 skill. Let's open the shop. Let's try and buy the green lightsaber. And we have our green lightsaber. Let's go! And we can use our green lightsaber now. And we are gaining skill still. And we can have as many green lightsabers as we want, right? And let's go ahead and pew, pew, pew. Yo, and if this was a real player, obviously they would die. So we're getting skill, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to level this up. Let's buy a blue lightsaber, alright? And let's go ahead and exit that out. Let's hit blue lightsaber. Yo, look at this blue lightsaber. This is getting me so much more skill, so much faster. And we probably want to stay away from players because they're kind of getting too close for comfort. We have 1,000 skill now. I'm going to buy the red lightsaber. And now we have our red lightsaber, and we are kind of OP now. We can just go kind of troll a little bit, not too much. But, you know, it only takes one hit to kill players. So we are the Sith Master, and all the Jedis are going to have to team up to get us. Alright, so that is it. You have made your very own Roblox game. Obviously, make some more scenery if you would like, and publish this game. This is actually, I think, going to be a really cool game if we got people to play it, because you could actually, like, fight and have some lightsaber wars, and the quicker ones to upload. Like, imagine an auto-clicker on this. Gosh, that would, anyway, yeah, so this is pretty fun. Obviously, we could do some more things to make sure it's a lot more fun, like magnitude and debouncing, but it's not necessary. Okay. If you would like to add on one more thing, and that's a debounce, make sure to stay here because that is very important in simulators. So we can say local debounce equals false. Okay. And then down here where we say not a player, we can say debounce equals true. And we can say, so throughout all of this, right? So we're going to tab all this again right after local target. And we can say if debounce equals false, then, so a debounce is basically slowing the player down to make sure they aren't like clicking super fast, right? So we can just say debounce equals true right here. Also, we want to say debounce equals true. And then we can say wait 1 debounce equals false. We're going to do the same thing here. Debounce equals false. And let's make sure that there's a wait 1 here too as well. Not just up here. Make sure there's a wait 1 before both of these debounce equals false. Sorry, so just make sure that the weights are 0.3 instead. Copy this entire script and paste it into each of the lightsabers, and that is actually it. So I'm going to continue pasting these and then show you at the very end. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button because we did finish up this series today. I worked really hard on making this series for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can show your appreciation by subscribing. And yeah, so let me just test this one more time on camera so you guys can see that that all of it works. Alright, so we have loaded into our game. I've just called it Star Wars Simulator for now, and as you can see, now we can click it, but it won't let us just keep on clicking super fast, so it's not as hard for everybody else. We can work on eliminating other players, but obviously we want to get better lightsabers, and we can kind of be sneaky right here, right? And we can kind of just like, they're trying to get us because they have this awesome purple lightsaber, but we actually have this green lightsaber that we just bought. And we're just like ready. They think we stole the purple, and we can boom, green lightsaber. They are done in a few hits. So yeah, and as you can see, when we get the higher up lightsabers, it gets easier for us to get more skill, which we can use to purchase more lightsabers. So this is like our Jedi skill, alright? Alright, so that is it. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end. So, well, I'm talking to those of you who did make it all the way to the end. So thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, because if you followed along, I hope that it was fun for you guys, and that you guys had fun making this Jedi game with everything. This has used so much of what we've learned. Probably not everything. I'm not sure. But yeah, it definitely has used a lot, and we've even learned some new things in making it. Right? So obviously if this was a real player, we'd be able to kill them, and whenever they die, they lose their lightsaber. Oh no. Yeah, they lose their lightsaber, and they lose their lightsabers, and they have to work up to getting more skill again. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do subscribe, because I've worked really hard on this series for you guys. And yeah, make sure to like the video and turn on notifications.